switching it up today. I got a little rap quote for you guys today. We were talking about it before. I had a dream I could buy my way to heaven. When I woke up, I spent it on a necklace. Cody's Corner. I don't know what you're laughing at. It's a banger quote.
That is a banger quote.
Who said that?
Kanye.
What song is that, Petey? Let's go.
You suck.
Put you on the dot.
Diamonds are forever. Young king, however it goes.
I'm not gonna hold you. I'm thinking of the song. I don't remember that part.
Diamonds are. Yeah.
What I've been through late. Oh, bad money made. Yo, okay, so we were talking about it before, and I really, really wanted that conversation to continue.
Can't tell me.
So that's why you did that.
That's exactly why.
That's why you did that.
I'm an evil genius, bro. I don't know if you know, but this is something that's been going on for a long time.
All right.
Your answer is can't tell me nothing.
Yeah. Nah, and you can't tell me nothing, right? Come on, bro. To me, I think my favorite Kanye album of all time is My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
All right.
What did you say yours was?
Late registration.
We had a little back and forth, shooting songs with each other.
Yeah.
We can't play those right now.
You can't, because,
But, I don't know, man. I think there was something really special about, like, the 2010s of music that people don't give it credit for. And even late registration, what was that, 2005?
Yeah.
It's revolutionary, man. We're never gonna get music like that ever again.
What were you doing in 2005?
I think I was learning how to ride a bike. I was 5 years old.
You learned at 5?
How old was I when I learned how to ride like 5, 6?
That's pre-K, kindergarten.
Yeah, 5, 6 years old. How old were you when you learned how to ride a bike?
Way later than that. I didn't learn until I was, I think, 9.
Yeah.
10.
How did you get places?
I've got you all beat.
When did you learn how to ride a bike?
This is almost embarrassing a little bit.
It was 1965.
Oh, here we go.
They had just invented the wheel.
It was the
I
one,
learned how to ride a bike. I learned how to.
It was the one with the giant wheel in the front and the tiny wheel on the back.
All right. Cut it out. What was it?
I don't remember now.
Yeah, you do. Come on. Yeah, you do.
I don't remember now.
You said you were about to tell us how old you were.
How old you were when you learned how to ride a bike? You got us both beat.
I was 12.
12?
I was like 10.
12 years old. 1, 2?
12. 1, 2.
Oh my God! Wait, all right, hold on. Before we get into anything, I'm being dead serious.
Yeah, man.
Did someone sit you down and teach you at 12?
Yeah.
Like someone took the time.
My uncle, yeah. Bought me a bike.
Shout out your uncle.
Shout out Emilio.
Shout out Emilio.
Yeah.
Honestly,
100%.
I don't know if I would have had the patience as a grown adult to look at a 12-year-old who doesn't know how to ride a bike and been like.
I picked it up quickly though.
I taught myself.
I'm nice. I taught myself how to rollerblade.
I don't know how to rollerblade.
So look at you.
No, you're right. You're right.
So now look at you.
There's all things that we're good at. And
I'm
we're not.
seasoned.
Well, not in bike riding, some might say. That's only 10 years of riding a bike.
For who?
For who?
Oh no, I'm sorry.
That's
12.
80 years
for me.
Dave.
For me.
This guy 80 years.
I forgot we're not the same age. I forgot. I'm
We're
thinking
not.
about myself.
Yeah.
24, right? So that means, wow, that is crazy. But when you learn how to ride a bike, did you ride a bike like everywhere? Like where you?
Well, yeah, I had to ride a bike. See, when I was growing up, I always went to a school that was out of town.
Right.
When I grew up in Florida, because I grew up in the hood. My mother wasn't having that, so she drove me out of town. So I never had to take a bus. Never, she would pick me up from school, drop me off. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then most of the time in Florida, there's a lot of cul-de-sacs and stuff. So everybody lived in the same little, circle and shit. I didn't have to do anything until I moved to.
And in Florida, everything's far.
Until I moved to like Washington, and no, sorry. Until I was about to start going to high school, and I was gonna have to ride my bike. That's how I was gonna have to,
Right.
So that's when I learned.
Wait a minute. High school doesn't start at 12 then. So you were old.
No, it was a summer. It was a summer, going into about 13.
No, you start high school at 14.
You start high school at 13, 14, bro.
And what did I just say?
You said 12.
You said 12.
Yeah. The summer. My birthday's in
How
August.
long's the summer, David? The summer
So,
isn't 2
My
years
birthday's
long.
in August. School starts in September.
My birthday is also in August. So then that means that you started school in high school and you were 13?
Yeah. Is that okay?
Did you learn how to ride a bike at 13?
Nah, man, 12.
I think it was
it was-
14.
Nah, it was 12. I'm telling you.
Okay.
Are you sure? I don't think you were 12
I
going
don't
to
I
high school.
have the direct
Who is
line.
me to tell you?
I have the direct. Yeah, how you gonna tell me when I learned how to ride a bike?
when he started riding a bike. No, I got you.
My birthday has always been very close to the school year, so I always turn whatever age right beforehand.
So let me ask you this, because you were born in August. I was also born
But
in
you
August.
don't
So
turn
were
13.
you the year? Because in August you get to choose if you're gonna go a grade up or a grade down, right? So were you a grade up or a grade down?
I was grade up. I was in
You
gifted
learned-
classes.
You learned how to ride a bike at 13.
I was in gifted classes in all through middle school too. So
You skipped a grade?
yeah,
You skipped a grade, dude?
you just asked me, and
No,
I told
I'm
you
asking
yeah.
I'm asking you.
I was in gifted classes
I'm
my
appalled.
entire.
It's not because I don't believe you.
No, I was in gifted classes the entire time. Like even like I was in like a little.
Got a brainiac on our team, bro.
Ooh.
You see this?
That's
See
why he's the
this, bro?
producer.
That's why you're the producer, bro. You just be out here skipping grades. and
But
stuff.
it's
No
not.
wonder you didn't know how to ride a bike.
But
You're
I
a
didn't.
genius.
But I didn't really. But and it's the craziest way it happened because it wasn't like. It was because I was in school and I was like I'm not gonna lie, I was a hyper little shit.
Right,
You know what I mean? So I'm like, so what happened was I would get these tests and stuff like that, whatever work to do. I'd finish it super fast. It'd be right, you know what I mean? And then I'm bothering the other kids. My teacher was having a fit. My teacher was like had a meeting with my mom and everything like that. Like, yo, he's killing these. Like, there's something we got to do something because.
Right.
So I ended up taking like some test or whatever the case may be that said that I learned at a higher level, this and this and that. So they bumped me up and then, yeah. So that's what it is, man.
I think that's really cool. And
I mean-
speaking of really cool, I didn't even start the show yet, bro. That's how great that this has been going on right now. So I'm gonna just say it real quick.
Hello.
Yo, you trying to take my
Oh,
thunder?
I'm sorry.
Trying to fake you out. Hello, everybody, and welcome officially to Cody's Corner. Cody's week by week hot takes on who's gonna take the W and all the sports that you like. I'm here side by side with his favorite green sweater on, the one and only Petey,
What's up?
the man himself, the genius,
Here we go.
the bike rider. What's his name? Louis Armstrong himself,
Louis.
David himself. I think that this is gonna be a really fun episode. Welcome to the show, everybody. I think that this last week, this is the first time since the Super Bowl recap that we don't have any active football to talk about.
Yeah, we have
As
a lot
far
of,
as games go,
yeah, we have a lot of little things going on in the world.
there's all the gears are always turning.
Yep.
But today is gonna be one of the first ones that we really dive more so not in football. So I think that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
For sure. I'm excited to see how it goes. I'm excited to see how everything is gonna go today, to be honest with you. But first things first, we gotta talk about it even a little bit. The All-Star game.
Wow, we're gonna start with that.
I think we should.
On my list, I had. We usually always start NFL.
Oh, okay.
That's up to you.
Well, I just thought big game recap. Let's go. Let's go by your list. I like your list.
We can do that. You want to start with the NFL stuff?
Go ahead.
All
Let's
right.
go.
Because we do have a lot of basketball to talk about. So
I get what you're saying.
yeah,
Smelling what you're farting, Petey.
this is an NFL show. That's how it started. You know,
You're right.
it's not just. No, I could be wrong.
Yeah, you look.
I could be
lead
wrong.
the way.
Could be
You
wrong.
lead. I follow.
Shout out Takeoff. All right, you got it. I thought you were gonna respond
No,
to
I
that.
didn't get it actually.
Lead the way.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna lead the way. I'm gonna lead the way.
Yeah,
Great
okay.
album. All right, so starting from now, we're gonna talk about the top available free agents. We're gonna break it down. This
That's
week,
right.
we're gonna talk about running backs in particular. Talk about the top 10 available,
Mm-hmm.
how much they may make, and where they may go.
Okay.
So we got that. Let's start it off at number 10.
Okay.
Got Gus Edwards
Hmm.
from the Baltimore Ravens.
Okay.
I think he had a great year.
Great.
Yes.
He had
Great question mark. But the reason that all of these are free agents is because they're probably not super great.
I mean, their
Their
contract's
contracts
just done.
are up,
That's
but,
why.
but do you think that if they were great, any of them would still be on this list?
Yeah, because they're all free agents.
Yeah, but like they could have been like something,
Extend that. It doesn't really happen often.
something like that. You know, I wouldn't call his season great.
I wouldn't call this season
I'll call
great.
his team great.
Yeah.
I think he had a really good season. He had a career year. 810 rushing yards, 13 touchdowns.
I'll tell you this though, I think that
Tied for fifth most in the NFL.
I was way more surprised, I'd say, by Gus Edwards than I thought I was going to, because I remember coming into the season, I had a really big idea that he was injury prone, and that I didn't even think he was gonna make it the whole season. And here he is, like you said, fifth. You said?
Fifth in
That's
touchdowns,
crazy.
rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean, I see why he's on this list for sure. I don't know, man. Honestly, I think he fits the Ravens scheme perfectly.
I think so
I think
too.
it'd be a shame if he went anywhere else.
And his spectated market value is 1 year, 3 million, 3.6. That's a great deal.
It's a good deal, but
Bring him
obviously
back.
It's
You've seen what he could do in Baltimore.
just for the kicks.
Yeah.
Where's somewhere else you would see him going forward?
I actually do like Gus Edwards a lot, but I don't see him being like a primary number one running back on a team.
Okay.
I see him,
Like a rotator.
yes, like we talk about
Take him
Dallas.
out, throw him the ball, little pass catcher.
He comes in, scores your touchdowns once in a while. Kind of like, who am I thinking of right now? Well, look, what we had was Zeke, and I'm thinking of someone specific. Detroit. You have Montgomery.
Jahmyr Gibbs and David
Yeah,
Montgomery.
I think he could fit a role very similar to that.
I'll say this. I bet money he could do that really well in Buffalo.
Buffalo still needs another one too.
Him and James Cook.
Yeah, James Cook. I
Let
mean,
that rotation go in and out. We always talked when he was going into the playoffs about how that's the weakest part of their offense.
that's always been the weakest part of their offense.
So why not, instead of completely getting rid of the guy, if you have him on contract, you sign someone else for a couple mil. Let that rotate in and out, get the workload off of someone's back.
When was the last time the Bills had a elite running back?
That's a good question. Shady McCoy,
Mm.
off the top of my head.
He was a
You know
Bill.
who that is?
It's a long time ago.
LaShawn McCoy.
A
Yeah.
long time ago.
Crazy work.
Yeah.
I gave him
Crazy work. Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
That was that guy, yo.
Yeah.
Honestly, he is probably one of my most fun running backs
Who's
to watch.
shiftier, Shady
I don't know.
or
Le'Veon
Le'Veon Bell?
Him. Shady.
Shady?
He was.
Le'Veon Bell is looking to make a comeback.
He won't.
Why not? The Steelers are really
Do you
working
think they're
him
gonna
out.
pursue that for real?
They're doing
Then he
it.
should be on this list. He should be on the list. He's a free agent.
Yeah, you want to guess how old he is?
Le'Veon Bell? I'm going to say 31.
30.
Okay.
Which
Oh,
to me,
he's still pretty. Yeah, he can still.
young, right?
Yeah.
For like how much he's done already.
He's not young for
Yeah.
a running back, though.
Not young for a running back for like, but how long ago like it felt like, and he's the same age as Gus Edwards.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you why his body is still up to the task.
he could play.
He didn't play or practice much when he sat out for the Steelers initially, right?
Or on the Chiefs.
Or on the Chiefs. And then, quote unquote, when he was on the Jets, he was not practicing with them the whole time, but then they interviewed with him and he said, I'm in the best shape of my life. And then did nothing.
I think I haven't
Did you
seen.
like him as a Jet?
What was there to like though?
Right.
You know what I mean? He didn't really do anything.
I'm not surprised that the Steelers are the only franchise that
I just
wanna go
don't-
back to him because he's the only team he ever gave effort to. Be for real. Before he did them dirty.
I mean, the Steelers,
What are they gonna do? Get rid of Jalen Warren? Because Najee Harris ain't going anywhere.
Jalen
Yeah.
Warren is nice, bro.
I don't know.
I like
That's
Jalen Warren.
that's the part that. But now Le'Veon Bell has always been like a multi-tool kind of guy. He can catch out the backfield and all that stuff like
No, he's
that.
a great player.
So I mean, I don't know. I guess you have to see how the
Trade-
workout goes.
Trade Warren. Grab
I
Bell.
wouldn't do that. I wouldn't lose
So he's
one.
not a Steeler.
You want to know why?
Yeah, right.
I saw a
'Cause-
quote. Maybe a couple days ago. You know, I'm a big quote guy. You guys both know that. Huge quote guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If a snake bites you, aren't you gonna just try and kill the snake? Or are you gonna come up to the snake, grab it by the face, ask him why it bit you, make sure it never bites you again, and then let it go after that?
I don't think I'd do either. I just go get healed.
Okay, you run away from the snake.
I wouldn't fight the snake.
Okay, so if Le'Veon Bell did the Steelers so dirty like that, right? Because he sat out for them because of contract purposes, correct?
Yeah.
And then he did even, like, it got to the point where he was losing money per game. I think it was like $500,000 a game he was getting taxed because he wasn't even suiting up. Fool me one time, shame on you. Fool me twice, you know. I don't know if the Steelers should do that.
I don't
It'd
think
be cool if they did because of his impact at the time.
they're in a position to even take him. Like we said, they have Harris and Warren.
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't.
I think that'd be foolish of them.
How about, would you welcome him to the Jets?
He's someone. No, hell no.
Back up Brees Hall?
Hell no. He was sorry on the Jets.
That's a fact.
He was sorry. Yo, and you know, tell me not. You already know this. I have a Funko Pop figure of Le'Veon Bell
In a
in
Jets
a Jets
jersey.
jersey. Actually, David, if you look, it's right behind you on the shelf. You can see it.
Oh, I do.
And that was look, it was a gift.
I think did I give you?
I
No,
believe Joey gave me that gift.
I
Shout
gave
out
you a
to Joey.
different pop.
And it's a great pop figure, but that was a tragedy when he was on the Jets.
Yeah.
He let everybody down that year, and that was the year that we were coming off of Matt Forte as our head running back.
Mm-hmm.
So we were kind of looking to get away from an older player and someone who was going to really explode the offense, and he didn't do that. So you know what? He doesn't deserve to be on an NFL team right now. I'm sorry.
There you go. You switched up quick in those 3 minutes.
Yeah.
I didn't look. No, I picked Shady McCoy over him.
No, I'm
Yeah.
saying because you said why isn't he on the top 10 list? And like you said, you wouldn't even put him on an NFL
He was
team.
top 10 when he was top 10. You know, when
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
him, AB, Juju, that was his peak. You know,
That was a good team.
it was a great team. It was the team to beat. But you know, not to squeeze out what is Le'Veon Bell in this topic. Let's get to number 2, another running back from the Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm sorry, you said you started from 10.
Yeah, it's just backwards on the list you're
Oh,
looking
okay, I'm
at.
sorry. So this is number 9. You got J.K. Dobbins.
Which is interesting, ranked higher than Gus Edwards because I'd rather Gus Edwards.
I believe they're very interchangeable.
I don't think so. The big value is how much are you going to play for me, and J.K. hasn't done anything in the last 3 years, I feel like. So looking back at it, he was great as a rookie.
Yeah.
Tore his ACL in 21, he lost the whole season in 21.
Right.
2022 knee injury, half the season gone.
Right.
This year, Achilles, week 1.
Oh my God.
So he hasn't played a full season in 3 seasons.
And
4?
I want to ask you this though, and that's a killer because, you know, as everybody knows, I feel like I have like a burp in my chest. I can't get it out. Sorry, I was trying to let it loose.
Do you need help?
If I'm being no, you want to give me the Heimlich maneuver?
Yeah.
Nah, if I'm being honest with you, that was a big argument that the running backs were going into this season that just passed about how even though it's a very injury-prone position, that they deserve more money, and that's a perfect example of why you can't do that.
He's played 4 seasons, only 1 full.
I wonder what his contract is.
Projected to be 2 years, $4.3 million.
So all right. So that means
$2 million a year.
if Gus Edwards is at 10, you're expecting that he gets a single-year deal where J.K. Dobbins gets a multi.
I guess because J.K. is younger.
I mean, it makes sense, but also a lot of injuries is something to consider.
Yeah,
you know?
no, I don't
And
blame
that's
you.
not to say that injury-prone running backs don't end up having like great seasons. Perfect example: Joe Mixon this year had a great year, fantastic year. Every year before that, and you know this as a fantasy player.
Oh, I've
right?
had him.
Come on, bro. Every year,
I had him
people
last
look
year.
at Joe Mixon and stay away because of his injury.
hmm
It's true, bro. I don't really know. I think that
It's funny you mentioned Mixon. J.K.'s landing spots projected: Chargers, Chiefs, Bengals.
I can see that. He said, hey, let's take another injured running back right into
David,
Hey, forget what you talking about. Hey, Joe Mixon, come and mess with me. I'm going to just show you how to do everything. You know what I mean? Like, it's just kind of like, maybe they have a good running back, I don't know, trainer.
I mean, a lot of teams like the whole dual running back
It's the new
thing
wave.
because of exactly what PD said. Like, take the load off and all that stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
so.
especially somebody like that who's been really injury prone, you don't want him to be a number one.
No,
The
can't
more,
be.
The more times he's playing, the more likely he is to get hurt.
Well, then
Yeah.
he shouldn't go to Cincinnati because it's
Well, he'll
either-
be the backup to Mixon.
Yeah, but he's another injury. I mean, look, I don't want to say that. Like I just said, it's contradictory kind of to what I just said, but it's true. You can't have two players with a long
Two
injury.
negatives equal a positive.
Okay, so one breaks the right leg, one breaks the left leg.
And
What
you
do
got-
we
you
tell
still- and you
There's
still have a whole
there's nothing
player.
even about that.
You still have a whole player if you tape them together.
And then if Joe Burrow could stay healthy at the same time,
Yeah.
that's something to consider. I wouldn't.
T. Higgins also injury prone. He's
Honestly,
a free agent,
I
though.
think you said the Chargers. I think the Chargers would be a fantastic.
I think
lineup
the
because,
Chargers have to make.
like you said, and we're gonna get into it later on because not to spoil, but there's another running back from
Another,
the Chargers
yeah.
on this list.
Another
But-
bum. Another bum.
If you're gonna deal with someone that has injuries, go with the younger one. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You go with the younger one. He might last you a little bit longer, especially under a new amazing head coach. So
It's like a new car with less mileage.
hey, right.
All right. Well,
Like those Corollas that have 300K on them.
Yeah.
But to move on from that, number what is this, 8? These numbers are bugging me out.
Number 8.
A.J. Dillon. Now, I think that he had an amazing second half of the season.
Okay.
The first half was pretty slow. Not gonna lie to you, but come like playoff time, especially how they did the Cowboys, A.J. Dillon was going crazy.
I think because Aaron Jones is obviously the premier back over there, right?
Of course.
But I think Aaron Jones is able to excel like that
Yeah,
because of A.J. Dillon.
because he gets that little breathing room.
Yeah, because Aaron Jones is like explosive and stuff. I don't know. To me, it just seems like a very good tandem, and it seems like the Packers should try to keep him if they can.
All right. So what if I told you Dillon rushed for 613 yards and 2 touchdowns only in 23,
Mm-hmm.
and he averaged a career low 3.4 yards per attempt,
Well, he's an RB2.
but only
Yeah.
3 yards per attempt. Career low.
I would say that's
Well-
why Jordan Love probably had to wait.
Well, there's also a time that Aaron Jones was hurt, so AJ Dillon's not a premier back.
Yeah.
But I just, like I said, I just think that he fits with that. You know what I mean? In a certain type of way, because he's not going to get premier money. How much is AJ Dillon really going to get out there in the market?
Projected 1 year, 3.5 million.
All right, Packers can do that. You know?
I'm gonna
Would you rather AJ Dillon or Gus Edwards? They're going for the same price. Which one would you buy?
Gus Edwards.
Me too.
Gus Edwards,
Yeah.
100%. But I want to say this. I feel like a lot of people see A.J. Dillon in the same light that they see a lot of players that are on teams that aren't the number one, but they have the potential to be if they were somewhere else. One of Petey's favorite players, T. Higgins.
Why is he my favorite player?
He's your favorite player.
He's not my favorite.
Another favorite player of yours is Calvin Ridley.
Oh, so you're just lying now.
Listen,
You're just lying.
I don't say anything but
On
facts
air.
on this show.
Lying on air. Those are actually 2 receivers that the Chiefs would benefit from signing, by the way.
But no, okay, that was a wild side thought. When I'm with you, all I
I'm
do
saying.
is wild thoughts.
You know, the
Okay,
Chiefs need a
moving
receiver.
forward,
Those are
I
2.
wanna-
Wow,
2
wow,
available.
wow.
That was a good song, right? You
Both
like that one?
available.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Look, listen. This is what I wanted to say. People see A.J. Dillon as one of those people that if he went somewhere else, he might be a lot better. The same way they look at T. Higgins, the same way they look at Calvin Ridley. Where are these people going to be next? That's why he's on this list. I mean, I think that not, like you said, obviously Aaron Jones is the one. Maybe he needs to go somewhere that he blossoms a little bit. I know you're a basketball guy, but some people said that about Kuzma.
Yeah. Kuzma's still a bum, though.
He's still a bum. They didn't think he was going to be a bum.
PD,
Yeah.
which running back, what's the first running back comes to mind that had an okay, season or a couple years, whatever, with one team and then went to another team and
And then blew up.
blew up and then just had like career numbers?
Good question.
I'll go recent. Not really blowing up, but they did a lot better. Zach Moss on the Colts had a way better year than he has on the Bills.
Okay.
That's a good answer.
How about this guy? He's on the Cardinals now.
James Conner.
Yeah.
He was great on the Steelers. Don't get it wrong.
He was.
When he was beating cancer, James Conner was a problem.
Oof.
He was.
No, I believe I'm
Straight
not.
up.
I'm not saying that he wasn't.
That was.
I'm just. This
that
was
was
just
back,
a.
That was
this
back
was
when
just
he
a
had the
question.
rat tail. Remember when he had the rat tail?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's just a question. That's all.
I think that, but he did have a slow part on the Steelers before he went to Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
So I see what you're talking about. I think it usually happens the opposite way. You know, I feel like usually you have a really good running back feeling himself, goes somewhere else, and collapse.
How about Mozart? I know he was all right on the
Ooh,
Niners.
that's
a good
That's
answer.
a really good one,
Yo,
actually.
Let's go.
That's
bro,
a really
with the
good one, Raheem
takes.
Mostert.
Oh my
That's
god.
a really good one. See, this is why.
That's a fantastic answer.
It's a good one.
A running back. No, you got me thinking now. I'm really curious. Let's see, a running back. No, I want to think now. That's a good
It's tough.
question, bro. I'm going to say...
Damian Pierce.
No, he
He
has.
was good on Houston.
That's what I'm saying.
No, where was he before?
He's still in Houston.
Wasn't he a rookie in Houston?
Was he?
I think he got drafted by Houston, if I'm not
No,
mistaken.
I'm sorry. That's not who I'm thinking. It's what's his name? Sorry, that's not who I'm thinking of. It's,
Singletary?
there you go.
Devin
Yeah,
Singletary?
I had that. That was the
There
name
you
I was gonna
go.
say before
Sorry,
Moss,
Singletary. Yes.
but I felt like Singletary was still eh. I don't think he's. I think he's better now than he was on the Bills,
yeah.
but I don't think he is. You know, like great.
I mean, look, not to spoil, but I
Mhm.
guess we could talk about this, right? So he's also on this list, but we'll talk about it. DeAndre Swift,
It's a good one.
Okay, yeah, it's a good one too.
he's on the Lions.
Yeah.
He was good, but now he's
Now he's-
in the talks, in the
Yeah.
conversation. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like,
Yeah, that's a good one
I
too.
think that's a good one. I want to think of one more. I want to
Oh.
just for like what's,
So it's
what's
I mean it's
pumping in
there.
my
It's
veins.
it's there. These guys could, you know what I mean? Like these guys could go somewhere else and
Man, this is gonna bug me.
I do think it rarely happens.
It really does rarely happen, but
Because if you have a running back that's already really good, you know it, you keep him. And if he's not, he usually doesn't find it somewhere else. Usually.
I feel like usually it goes either they go to another team and collapse, or they just jump from team to team to team to team to team to team to team
Yep.
forever. I really want to think of one more though. I would hate to get past this without my heart being content with another one.
It's tough.
You got one in mind? Why don't you think of a receiver really quick while I figure this out?
good question, huh, fellas?
A
Great
receiver?
Yeah, a receiver that was really bad on the team and then exploded.
Doesn't even
somewhere
have to be really bad. Just like a receiver
all right.
that
else.
just all right.
Improve.
It's just a noticeable improvement.
DJ Moore was a Cardinal, right?
DJ Moore was nice on the Panthers though.
Panthers. Was he as nice as he was on the Panthers as he is on the Bears? This year? He exploded this year.
DJ Moore been nice.
Yeah.
Okay, this is hilarious. I just found an
And,
article.
and the Bears only have DJ Moore. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That is true.
So
Well, DJ Moore is good on every team. He goes.
that's what I'm saying. DJ Moore is good. He's a,
I found a
Ooh.
hilarious link, exactly what we're talking about. 30 running backs who got better after leaving their first team.
look at that.
So, we're off. I'm going to say... Oh, it's one of those you got to keep clicking next.
Ooh.
I hate those.
Those are the worst.
You know what I mean? Like, you got to... Okay, there's one. What's the name of this guy? All these are people that I don't know.
Oh, come here. Here we go.
1991. Let's
Oh, my God. We're all the way back there?
Yeah, I know. It's a long list. Oh, come on. That's not a good one either. Oh, I got a good one.
Okay.
No, it's not a good one. I was going to say Kareem Hunt, but that's kind of backwards, too. Nah, I don't know that guy either. Oh, LeGarrette Blount.
Yeah.
He was on the Eagles first, and then he went to the Pats and won a chip with the Pats.
Yeah.
He
That's a good
balled
one.
with the Pats.
That's a good one.
That was back when I think that was the chip when Brady excuse me, Malcolm Butler caught the pick.
What about Leonard Fournette?
Ooh, that's a good one.
He was, oh man, I liked Leonard Fournette in college, so to see the evolution of his career makes me sad, bro.
He was nice.
He's not nice right now. Though.
No.
Not as a Bill.
But-
Reggie Bush was he was drafted at number 2 by the Saints, and he was viewed as a threat, but then his rookie year was really good. And then he ended up going to, let's see, oh my God, this is a long one.
Well, I don't know.
Oh no, Reggie Bush was kind of good all the time.
No. But Saints Reggie Bush is. Come on now.
Ooh, a good one. Marshawn Lynch.
Ooh, he was a
drafted
Bill.
by the Bills.
He was a Bill.
He was drafted by the Bills.
Yeah, he was drafted by the Bills, and then he
That's
went.
an amazing
And then
answer.
but he was beast mode on the season. I mean, Marshawn Lynch has always been a good running back though,
Yeah.
but
But he
Oh.
really blew
Oh,
up.
I got
Yeah.
one more, and then I promise you we'll go right back to it. Ricky Williams.
Where'd he start?
He started off, I believe it was with, let's see.
Dolphins.
Everyone's gonna stop tuning in
the Dolphins
to
drafted
Cody's corner
Ricky
when
Williams.
they see that we don't know any of these things about this running
The
back.
Dolphins drafted Ricky Williams.
Dolphins.
The Dolphins drafted Ricky Williams.
So yeah, and then he had short hair. He started balling out, and then he grew his hair out. They made that whole rule about like pulling hair in the NFL, and then he went on a
Decline.
decline. Sorry, and then he went to the Saints, and he went crazy with the Saints.
I think Miami Ricky Williams was still.
He was, but
Miami Ricky Williams was something
he
nasty.
Ricky Williams was good when they had Nick Saban as the coach, and then when Nick Saban left, then he started on the decline. Did you know that? I don't know if you knew that. Pete. Fun fact: Nick Saban, the Alabama
Yeah.
head coach, he used to coach the Dolphins.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You know what? You're welcome.
All right, so AJ Dillon.
AJ Dillon, honestly,
Landing spots: Packers, Bills, Cowboys.
I
Where
feel
do you
like
think he
that's- I
goes?
feel like that's everywhere. Every
Yeah,
running back.
those are the.
Honestly, like those are the ones that should be so good, and that's all they're missing is that one extra somebody to blow up. I want to see something different, and you know what? I want to see a young running back that possibly could change the gear of what this team is doing. Give me AJ Dillon on the Vikings.
Okay, I'm gonna say the Patriots.
Not a Zeke Elliott fan.
No, I think his contract's up.
Zeke?
I believe so, right?
I believe so. You know, I'm gonna go ahead on a limb and say probably.
I think it was a 1-year deal.
Yep, he's on this list.
Yeah.
I got a list right
So
here.
you still have Stevenson coming back from an injury.
Yep.
You're gonna need somebody to kind of rotate in there. Why not AJ Dillon?
He is. Stevenson is good too.
He's nice.
I like Ramondre. I
Yeah.
think he's a good running back.
Another great running back that I would praise until the cows come home. You got Zach Moss, the running back for.
I guess the cows are home.
They're home. I'm gonna say he had an amazing season, and not for nothing, he was in an unfortunate situation. You can't really start over Jonathan Taylor. He's
Yep.
a freak,
Yep.
Mhm.
but nobody could say he wasn't holding his own
Mhm.
when it was time to hold it down. When it was him, Anthony Richardson started off. He was doing great. He got injured, and then they didn't know what they were gonna do with Gardner Minshew, and he had to hold down the running game, and he did.
Man, Moss and Minshew really held it down in that team.
They did.
That team should have been nowhere, and they were in the playoff until the end.
Look, if you didn't know what was going on, and you say, okay, my starting, potential all-star running back isn't playing, and the rookie quarterback that I invested my offense in got hurt week 4, you would think, okay, their season's over. And they almost made the playoffs.
Yeah, and it was till the last week.
Yeah, the last third down against Houston.
That's right.
So, to be honest, I have a lot of faith in Zach Moss, a lot. And I think that he should go somewhere where they might need a RB2. Hey, you know what? Bring him over.
Brees
Alright.
and Zach.
Bring him over. Brees and Zach Moss? But the whole problem
I like that. I like that a lot.
I like it a lot, but I'm going to tell you why I don't think he's going to do that. Like you said. And I want to hear, before I say my answer, can you tell me how much he's projected?
2 years, $9 million.
That's
4.6 annually.
number one.
That's only $1 million more than Gus Edwards.
But this is something else you got to consider, though. I would love him as a Jet, but this is why he won't come to the Jets. Number one, the Jets don't have any money right
They just started GoFundMe
now for Zach Moss.
for Zach
Number
Moss.
two, if he's looking to leave a situation where he's not the RB1, why would he come to New York?
Because he's definitely not going to start over Breeze.
He's not.
Well, let me tell you, the projected landing spots they have him in, he's not going to be the number one in any of those. Eagles, Browns, Colts.
He's a better running back than Jerome Ford.
Nick Chubb.
Is Chubb gonna? Is Chubb?
He got
what
hurt
version,
week 1.
Yeah, but what version of Chubb are we gonna?
Oh, that's why it's a good option to sign Moss.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
But he's not going to be the number
But
one.
you're relying. That's exactly what I'm saying. So if he's not going to be the number one somewhere, stay in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
You know, like why? Why leave? Why make it harder for you? Unless you're pursuing a ring.
I do like the Eagles fit.
If they get rid of DeAndre Swift, I would.
DeAndre Swift is also free agent.
I would love that fit. And to jump right into it, he's the next one on the list. We got DeAndre Swift.
There you go.
Listen, I said it before. You know, DeAndre Swift is a great running back.
hmm
He's one that, honestly, I don't think it's enough credit in Philadelphia because of the A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts. They got stars on that team.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's a lot going on with what direction are they or are they not going to go with their head coach, Nick Sirianni.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope they don't make a lot of personnel changes other than that. But I think he's a good player.
They've already made some personnel changes over there, by the way.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's fine.
You don't have
Forgive
to
me.
apologize.
My brain is filled with thoughts of Le'Veon Bell and what have you.
Okay.
But to be honest with you, I don't know. I don't see him leaving. I hope not. I hope he doesn't leave.
He's projected. He's the youngest one on this list. So he's 25.
Is he really?
Yeah. So he's projected a 4-year deal. Patriots, Eagles, Broncos. Top landing spots.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. If he gets a 4-year deal,
27 million total.
if he gets a 4-year deal, it won't be from Philly.
I agree.
It won't be. It won't be from Philly. What were the other two? Patriots and who else?
Broncos.
Oh, but Cortland Sutton's in Denver.
It's a receiver.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
tweaking. What's their running back?
McLaughlin.
Something like that.
Rookie. Yeah. They could use one.
Yeah, send him to Denver, bro. I think that'd be amazing, actually. Their O line is decent.
I don't think he goes to the Patriots.
No,
Yeah, Stevenson there. I don't see why that's
Stevenson
a.
and Zeke Elliott, if he doesn't go back,
Zeke's not there.
well, he's a free agent. Like
Yeah,
you
I
said.
don't think he's gonna go back.
But I'm saying, if I'll
Um,
put it like this: Zeke Elliott is more likely to go back to the Patriots than DeAndre Swift is to go back to the Eagles.
I disagree.
You think that it's more likely?
That Swift stays an Eagle.
I don't think Philly gives him that 4-year deal, bro. I don't. They have, like I just said,
Who are they gonna
stars
have?
on that team.
Gainwell?
Huh?
Who are they gonna have?
Gainwell's not bad.
Well, he's not a number one.
Is Boston Scott still there?
He's still there. He's their third
Sanders?
string.
Is he still there?
No,
No, Sanders isn't there.
he's in
It's the three. It's
Carolina.
It's Boston Scott,
Didn't Philly
Gainwell,
just sign someone else?
running back.
No, just skill player in general. Aguilar? Did they sign Nelson Aguilar?
Again?
Yeah, I want to say they just extended him. Hold on a second. I would hold on.
Extended him.
No, he wasn't on the.
That's what I'm saying. You
He
said
started
you
off.
said-
He started off on the Eagles.
yeah, but then
No, I'm sorry. I got confused.
Yeah, you did. All right.
Yeah, I did.
So
I
if
did.
you're the
Forgive me.
Eagles
I forgive
and you
you.
don't sign Swift,
Right.
who are you getting? Who are you gonna get? Gus Edwards? Zach
Honestly,
Moss?
I mean, if they're in the nature of making personnel change right now, I don't know. Do you if you're Philly, right, and you had the season that you had, are you trusting DeAndre Swift enough for a 4-year
Yeah,
at 25?
yeah. You get him in his prime.
Let me tell you, if I was a team, I don't know. I see Denver more than I see Philly.
I don't know, man. But they don't have like a good option. I feel like
Listen,
if you're going, oof, I don't like
as
that.
long as
option.
Philly is not the number one.
And by the way, most of the moves that Philly has made is all really been on the defensive side. You know they sound Vic Fangio.
That I knew, yeah.
So, and then like a bunch of like passing game coordinator and stuff like that, defensive backs coach. But yeah, it's mostly on the defensive
nothing
side.
really offensive related. So do you think maybe this
Not
could be
as
the
of
first
yet.
move that they
I
make?
say he stays in Philly. That's my prediction.
All right, I'll say this. I'd like to see him in Denver.
Okay,
That's my
I wouldn't mind it.
that's my request.
We'll,
of this-
and
of
we'll
this
we'll
list.
talk about Denver next week when looking for quarterbacks.
Yeah, word. Yeah. Oh man, absolutely. We're definitely gonna get into that. But
All right,
getting
number
into-
5.
This one I'm not that excited about, man.
Me neither.
Austin Eckler.
Ugh.
She's just ride off into the sunset, man.
He's on this list because he was great.
I think he retires.
You think?
Yeah.
What is he? 29?
He'll keep playing.
I think if the Chargers go out and get like a Saquon Barkley,
No, he's going to be a Giant
I think. And how do you know that?
because I know.
Okay. Anyway,
Anywho.
I think if the Chargers can go out and go get a stud number 1, then Austin Eckler should stay a Charger and play that
Ride
RB2
it
role.
out into the sunset.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know a team that wants him right now. Well, there are going to be teams out there that say, you know what?
Always.
The Le'Veon Bell argument.
All right, well,
He was really good at one point. Maybe he could do it right now.
he's turning 29.
Yeah, he's not. I mean,
Not old, but he's like hurting.
Mm-hmm.
all right. You know how like people say, you're either in your early 20s, your mid 20s, or your late 20s.
His late 20s.
There's the early stage of your running back career. There's the middle stage of your running back career, and then there's the latter stage of your
He
running
is
back
there.
career. He is in the fourth quarter, should we say, of his career as an NFL player. So this is kind of, if he's really trying to go out with a bang, quote unquote, this is his time to find somewhere to finish it off. Did he ever got a ring, right? He's been
No.
on the Chargers, so this is his chance to maybe try and go somewhere to get a ring. I got a somewhere I would find him interesting to see.
Tell me.
Tampa Bay,
Behind,
behind Rashad White.
now. I think he's going to want to be the number 1.
I don't.
And I think he's going to get paid like a number 1. I think that's the big difference.
What's the estimated contract?
3 years, $22 million. So that's $7 million a year. That would make him the number 10 highest paid running back in the league.
Oh, so he's like going somewhere to like be the guy.
Landing spots:
Let's see.
Eagles, Raiders, Broncos.
Josh Jacobs is good.
He's also a free agent.
Oh, you think Josh Jacobs doesn't go back to the Raiders?
I don't think he does.
Listen, we'll cross that bridge when we get there, I guess, right? But the truth is, I don't have the faith in Austin Eckler that I have in these other teams.
Me
So
neither.
If I don't see DeAndre Swift going to Denver, then I would probably see Austin Eckler going to Denver.
I like that better.
I think that makes a little more sense. You get a little more of a quote-unquote veteran running back, followed by whoever the rookie quarterback is, or whoever. I don't even know who the.
They're looking to trade up to maybe get a
To get a
top
quarterback?
quarterback.
So you bring a little rookie quarterback in with a veteran running back, Jerry Jeudy. We put some stuff together, Cortland Sutton. I think that makes sense too. Yeah, I like that a lot too.
Okay.
I would enjoy that more than DeAndre Swift going to Denver, if I'm being honest with you.
And you wanted him going.
And I did, because I want Denver to have a good team. I always liked Denver. And, I mean, not like.
Not like you don't
not
like
dislike.
you don't
I never
like
had a
them.
problem.
You don't
with
like them.
Yeah, I wasn't sending them love notes in class.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Check yes or no. But I definitely, I'll tell you one thing. We always go back to the whole jersey debacle. One of the best jerseys. Get a fire player in that jersey.
Denver?
Yeah.
No.
Yes, bro.
You're.
We don't have to get all back into
We
it.
don't, because it's not a top 5
Go
jersey.
Listen back to that episode about the jerseys.
What episode was that?
I believe it was episode 5.
Might be
But
right.
needless to say, the font is beautiful. The color is beautiful. You get
David, where do you rank Denver
a,
in
get a
jerseys?
nice bald player like Austin Eckler. His head is shining in the jersey.
I mean, I don't hate the Denver uniforms.
Yeah, but I don't love them.
I think their white ones. I think those. That's a nice uniform. The way like the orange and like that navy.
The color rush all orange.
That's too bright for me.
I've never liked orange
Don't
as
you
a
like
primary
the Seahawks?
color.
Not as a fan base, but weren't you the one talking about the all neon color rush of Seattle?
No.
Their color rush is blue.
No, well, I'm talking about when they had the
Oh,
color rush of like the.
I didn't like the-
highlighted-
I didn't
No,
like
I
the-
love the neon that's in the jersey.
but not as the color rush.
not like
That's
the
too
whole.
much for you.
Yeah, I don't.
You don't like
that.
Sharpie teams.
No. Like my favorite Seahawks jersey is the gray one.
That is a nice jersey.
You kidding me? Gray with the navy blue and the like the little speck.
Yeah,
man,
you're into
bugging.
dark colors. We get it. You know,
Yeah.
this is the first time I know. I'm usually a colorful guy. I'm rocking all black today.
I see that.
I feel like I'm going to a funeral.
All right.
But on that note,
Well, speaking of funerals, this guy's career is dead.
that was a good one. I like that one. I like
Tony Pollard
Yeah.
of the Dallas
Talk
Cowboys.
about someone who should retire. No, I'm playing. How old is Tony Pollard? Out of curiosity. Do you know?
27.
He's young too, man.
26. Turning 27.
He needs somewhere with a strong line. A nice,
Yeah.
strong, solid line. It wasn't working in Dallas. God knows it might not work anywhere else.
Dallas has a
That's
pretty
what I'm saying.
above, you know.
So if he can't do it with above average, he needs above average.
Tony Pollard needs to go be an RB2 somewhere
He
and relax.
needs some milk.
Go be an RB2. That's who you are, dude. And it's fine. I'm not an RB2. You know what I'm saying?
David, would you take Tony Pollard,
Absolutely not.
New York Jets?
No.
I gotta ask you.
Don't.
I already did.
Wouldn't take him for free.
I wouldn't. If he had to pay us, you wouldn't take him.
I'd take Gus Edwards
Oh,
over Tony Pollard.
absolutely, especially after the. Yo, look, we on this show especially love to switch sides on if we're messing with someone or we're not. It's always been no to Tony Pollard. I gotta
Yeah, it's always been no.
like, in
And it
between,
always will
you know,
be no.
Do we like Brock Purdy? Do we not like Brock Purdy? Okay. Do we like Gus Edwards? Do we not? Okay. Do we like Pat Mahomes? You don't like Pat? Okay. We never like not look.
Dude, there is a stat. My man has been in the red zone 52 times and had 6 touchdowns.
But hey, if you join the Jets, come talk to us. It would make sense on the Jets.
Let's keep going. I don't want
It
him.
makes
It
no
would make
sense.
sense.
No, it makes no sense.
Makes no sense.
He's not an RB1.
But
But he's
But he's a bum.
projected.
We need an RB2. Look,
Hey,
David,
oh.
for real. We don't have an RB2
Cody,
anymore.
he's projected $6.5 million a year.
absolutely not.
Hell no.
So for $6.5 million,
I'll
go
give
get
me-
yourself
yo,
a
I'll
Zach
bet a
Moss,
Yeah, Zach Moss,
a Gus Edwards.
Gus, AJ Dillon, any of those guys.
Dakota Gomez. Yo, I'll go out there, bro. Yo, put me on the line.
I'll get
You
rocked.
know, we had this. Didn't we have this argument one time? Okay,
Somebody's
it
gonna.
was a post.
What linebacker's gonna blow that A gap up
Oh
and
my God,
and,
bro.
light you up?
My brain is like pumping just thinking about it, bro. I don't think I could take concussion 5 from. I'm trying to think of a what? Yo, imagine Bobby Wagner.
It's just
like, wow, just knocking me out. Oh my God, bro. I think
He'd
I
be
would-
out for the season.
I would get up. I would get up from the ground, right? Because I'm eating grass
Yeah.
as soon as it happens, and my helmet would be on backwards.
Yeah.
I don't think he'd get up.
Okay, so I saw a post one time, right? And I sent it to my boys, David, and it said, "Do you think you could? What was it? You could get 10 rushing yards in a game?"
I don't know about
You want to
that.
guess what Cody's answer was?
Of course, he said yes.
10?
Listen, dude.
10
Which
all game. Throw me 50 screens
I don't think they're utilizing you to have that many.
for a screen. Yo, I need extra help.
you know how fast an NFL
Yeah,
game
bro,
is?
that's
Do you know what speed that is?
It's just-
You're gonna catch the screen.
The first play is gonna lose 12 yards.
Yeah, you're gonna catch a screen. You're gonna think, oh shit, I got a little room. Try to make you're gonna bow and get smoked and get blasted.
You remember how
with good blocking, somebody's still like you're gonna get smoked.
yeah, remember how rest in peace. Remember how Sean Taylor used to hit people?
Yeah.
That's how he would hit. You know who
And-
Sean Taylor is,
Yeah.
Petey? Yo,
And
he would light
every
me up like
and
that.
every defensive player is looking to line you up just like that. Who's this guy?
Yo, he needs how many yards?
He's gonna. He's not.
You wouldn't make it to 10 yards because
He's
the
not-
first play you're gonna get hit and you're out for the game.
Well, here's a look.
Yeah.
Different story. Different story. I said rushing yards.
You're done up.
Do you think?
What
Be
hole
real,
are you?
be real with me.
He's
Be
gonna
real
say
with me.
receiving now.
No. Is it more realistic? I get 10 receiving or rushing?
You're getting jammed up at the line.
No.
Something
No,
crazy. Something crazy.
No.
You're getting
You
jammed
think
at
you're
the
gonna
line.
get open with like Snead in front
I'm
of
not
you?
gonna fly past nobody.
You're not getting past the line.
All
You're
right.
getting
You're just
jammed up.
casually gonna bring up the best corner in the NFL right now? Yeah, you think you're gonna get past Ladarius Sneed? Shut
All right,
up.
all right,
You
all
won't
right.
make
So
it
name a
past Eli
corner.
Apple.
Oh, so name a corner that you're getting past.
Oh, who was the guy on
Press coverage. Press coverage.
Whoever's the corner in Washington. The 31st ranked worst off defense in the NFL is who I have a chance against. Yes, correct. You know, I think it's so funny. I was just slowly finishing my sentence, and all I heard was. Dave was like, "Oh, I'm about to tell this guy, bro." But he types slow.
No, I'm there already. I'm already looking at it.
Okay, let's see. Who is it? I'm curious.
Benjamin St. Just.
You're gonna feel bad when you can't get open against
gonna
a
look up his-
Benjamin.
I'm gonna look
Emmanuel Forbes.
I'm gonna look.
You're
up-
not getting past this guy. He's 6'3", 200. He's jamming you up right at the line. RB quarterback 1.
What's his name?
Benjamin St. Just.
Benjamin St. Just. Look, if we can get this on video, I will line up.
Third pick in the
We'll go to County Field.
third
this
round
happen.
pick. 6'3", 200 pounds. Putting you right on the line, my friend.
Listen, man.
Jamming you up something crazy. You're not getting past. What are you gonna do?
All this for this to say, I'm an inexperienced player, and I'd probably do close to Tony Pollard numbers this season.
No, you're not.
Dude, you're
He's a
delusional. bro.
bum.
He is a bum.
He's a bum.
He's
a
a
bum.
bum.
So
But he.
okay, this is all I meant to say by that. I'm not gonna say I'm equivalent or anywhere near as athletically gifted as Tony Pollard, right? But how bad do you have to be for you not to be in the same conversation with everybody else? But now we're talking about me.
Well, you brought up here.
What?
Yeah, you brought up you.
No, but
you did.
but look, all right. Needless to say, like, why is he the one I feel most comfortable comparing myself to? He's ass. Straight up.
I'm looking at this cornerback right now, and I'm just thinking to myself, like I'm literally watching him just like.
That's why I'm
And as
behind
soon
the
as
microphone.
that ball snaps, just you probably put you on your ass, like I'm
Like,
not even gonna lie.
No way.
I don't know.
I look. Listen, everybody has 10 fingers and 10 toes, so I'm. Just
How
gonna-
long can the receiver like jam you 5 yards? You're right. Like you're not.
I
getting
don't
past-
think.
yards is
I
a
don't think
lot,
you get
though.
10 receptions against a college cornerback.
No, I could. You're bugging.
10 receptions.
10 yards.
10 receiving yards. I could. Against a
D1?
college player?
A D1.
It's different. Story.
But we're talking about the NFL. It's a different
Yeah,
story.
the NFL is.
What the hell? Send me to Caldwell, bro. I'm gonna catch a couple passes. What, dude? Yo, send me to like Keene.
Those aren't D1.
I'll catch a couple passes. That's what I'm saying. Yo, you said college. There was no label to that. Give me a D4.
All right. Well, it's very clear that you're not succeeding in the NFL and on any level.
Well,
So
there's other players that questionably may be succeeding somewhere else at the level. So I'm gonna go ahead and go on to the next one. You got number 3, Saquon Barkley.
Oh, and he's going to stay
Look.
home.
Everybody likes to say I love the hot takes without any statistics behind it. I'm pretty sure he's not gonna be a Giant next year.
He'll be a Giant.
He's not gonna be a Giant. David, what do you think about that one?
I think Saquon needs to go. I understand.
Not for the Giants' sake.
No, for his sake.
For his sake.
And for me, it's like I understand the whole loyalty and stuff like that, but they haven't really shown him
Love.
the most love. You know what I mean? It's just not. It's not an even trade right now. It is not a. In that he's arguably, not even arguably, he's your best player, and he's been your best player for a good amount of time now.
If I was him, I'd feel disrespected.
That's what
by
I'm
how the Giants
saying.
have-
And
How
he's
is he
super.
your best player for like the last however how long he's been there? 5 years, let's say. And you paid Daniel Jones.
And he's super humble about it. Listen, he's super humble about it. He's a good guy and
he
stuff
was
like
also
that.
injured.
You know, yeah, but when healthy, like, you know what I mean? So I just think not that the relationship is like super fractured or anything. I'm also not a Giant fan. So it's like I'm not super following. I'm just like, you know, speculating in a way.
Right.
However, I do think that a change of scenery would do good, and I think as a fan, I would like to see Saquon on a different team with maybe some like real championship aspirations,
I agree.
and see what he can do. Stay healthy behind a good O-line,
Yup.
you know what I mean, and really have a shot. And I think that he could really benefit, and the team could really benefit from a Saquon, personally.
What do you think about that, PD?
I'm a Giants fan.
Right. Talk him. Tell him. You got the Odell shirt, jersey on the back of your chair?
I love Saquon. I want him to stay.
Yo,
I don't want him to leave.
of course, right? As a fan.
If he does leave,
Oh.
it better be to a team that can win a chip.
It better be.
It better be.
Or else.
Or else, why leave? Right?
Hmm.
Why leave somewhere you've called home, where they love you?
This is PD's message in a bottle. To
But that's what but that's why he'll leave, because there is going to be a team.
And I have no problem with that.
There is going
if
to
he
be
leaves
a team.
to win,
He needs to shed a tear really quick. If you could just let him, if you could just let him have this moment.
I have,
I'm gonna start playing the violin for PD.
I have 3 teams
Okay.
that I'd be okay with, but I'd be okay with him.
You would
going.
understand.
I'd be okay with it.
All right.
I'd still root for him.
Right.
I'll always love him.
The Texans,
Okay, I like that.
That's a great one.
I like that.
the Ravens.
Wow.
I like that too.
Like that one too.
And please say this third team.
You
Go
said
ahead.
Ravens or Raiders?
Ravens.
Ravens.
Okay.
Bills.
Not the Chargers?
The Chargers. I was thinking the Chargers.
They're there, but I think the Bills before the Chargers.
I want to say something that I think that everybody's completely wrong about.
I just say that because the Bills have been missing an elite running back for a long time.
Look, a lot
You're
of
right.
people have speculated about Dallas. He was a Giant for way too long to go to Dallas. Bro.
No, he's not going to Dallas.
I don't think so. I don't think, and that doesn't mean I don't think he would do amazing in Dallas. I think he would. But like you said, he's been a Giant for 5 years.
Unless he has a little hidden grudge and he's like, you know what?
Nah.
I don't see it.
I don't see it either. I don't think he's that type of guy.
He's too nice of a guy.
I think he needs to get out.
Nice guy.
I think he needs to go. I think
I wouldn't
the
hate
West
the
Coast.
I wouldn't hate the Chargers.
I think the West Coast.
I'd rather the Texans.
I think he.
You know what? I'd rather the Chargers than the Ravens.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'll give you
Okay.
that.
All right.
Because as prepared the Ravens are to win a chip,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they always underutilize a running back because they have Lamar Jackson there.
Mhm.
And I feel like Saquon wouldn't do as much as he can in Baltimore
Mm.
as he would in the Chargers.
Chargers, he'll be premier. He'll be sitting right there with Justin Herbert.
New
Like,
coach.
That's to me. That's my favorite fit for Saquon.
You know what? Okay, I'm gonna change it. Texans, Chargers, Bills.
I came in here ready to say Chargers for Saquon Barkley, but I think Texans is even better.
I like the
Texans
Texans.
is a good one.
A
too,
young
man.
team. Tank Dell gonna be back healthy.
CJ Stroud.
CJ.
What was it? CBJS Stroud. the
CBJS Stroud the fourth.
fourth? Come on, bro. Coach of the
Nico Collins.
Also gave Jaime Jaquez 40. Talking about CJ Stroud.
Oh yes, correct.
If he goes to the Texans, where do you rank Houston as an offense in the league?
Top 8.
I think top 5. Stroud, Tank,
Barkley
Nico,
on the
Saquon.
Texans.
What would you take over that? The Niners?
I take the Niners over them.
Everybody healthy?
I take the Chiefs over them. Take the Lions over them. Take the Packers over them.
I wouldn't take the Packers over them.
I don't like this game because it's like
It's a hard game.
it's a hard one because like you
Okay.
really have to. So this is why I just want to see him like healthy. You know what I mean? Like it's hard for me to even picture because it's like yeah, but he's
I
not
mean,
gonna
this
stay
past
healthy.
year he was pretty healthy.
Yeah.
You saw what he
this
could
last year out of 5.
do. Yeah, but you know, it
I
hasn't.
mean, and then
If
but
you play
there's always gonna
16
be people that say, "Oh, okay."
If you play 16 games out of 18, that's pretty good. I think that's pretty good for any
It is good, but
any NFL player.
he wasn't doing that for the first 2 years.
Yeah,
of
he
his
was.
career.
He was healthy the first year.
Well, the first year was when everybody saw him. The second year was when he like was about to explode, got hurt. The
Yeah.
third year he didn't play that much, and then now he's back last year and this year.
It's fine. Happens.
I think that a lot of people are gonna say and
think-
blame the New York Giants on his injuries.
I think with the Texans, I think it definitely makes them. I don't want to. I don't know if I want to say top 5, but I like definitely in the.
Can I name the 5? I would say Chiefs, Niners, Ravens, Lions, Texans. 5
Offenses.
offenses.
Miami.
Yeah.
I wouldn't take Miami over them.
Over the Texans?
I don't trust Tua as much as I trust Stroud right now.
Are you saying Miami healthy? Because not how they ended the playoffs.
Yeah.
Are you asking, do you trust Miami healthy
And-
over Houston?
And we're also
healthy?
talking about like offense. So Miami put up 70 points.
Once.
Okay, sorry, because that's
I
not
mean,
a feat, right?
I'm not saying.
I'm just saying-
No, I'm not saying that either. But like,
But you're saying an offense, so I'm thinking explosion points,
Yeah.
all that stuff like that. Like Miami healthy, they're gonna put Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle are still there. Like you know what I mean. So So that's why for me it's more like maybe like that 7-8 kind of thing, 6, 7, 8.
I have a question.
Just out of the top 5, but obviously on the like above like 9 and 10, like not 9, 10, but like 6, 7,
Yeah,
something like that.
it's in the lower bottom of that though.
Yeah.
Now I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Is you asking this assuming that they don't re-sign Singletary?
I think Singletary's a fine backup.
But that's a good question to have when you're thinking about how much you trust their offense, because any way you look at it, whether he's been healthy lately or not, what if he gets hurt?
Then you have Singletary.
Exactly. So that's why I ask you if it's assuming if you have Singletary or not. Because
Yeah.
if you don't have Singletary,
No, I'm assuming they
I won't put them in the top 5.
because of Singletary. That's the key piece.
It's not because of Singletary specifically. It's because of safety.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now,
Insurance.
the Texans have $67 million in cap space.
Available.
Yeah.
And what's his estimated? Tell me.
29 per year. Or I'm sorry, 9 per year. I apologize. 29 total.
Give him a little.
And if you're the Texans, you're not sitting there and watching what C.J. Stroud did and everything. You're not sitting there and going
This is our time.
and like, let's put some talent around. You know what I mean? Like, let's continue to put talent around this kid. You can afford him.
Now I have a question though. So
You can.
first salary cap, right? I honestly don't know this. I'm not being figurative or whatever. With first salary cap, right? So let's say they don't pay a big running back this year. Is it because they want to save that salary cap for when they want to pay C.J. Stroud? Should he be
No,
good?
salary cap's just yearly.
It's just yearly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when you have like, well, I'm also thinking like, NBA because NFL doesn't have a luxury tax.
No.
Do they?
No.
No. So, but I think, but it's also like the way the contracts work. Like the teams are able to offer you the most money for a reason because they can like restructure it and stuff like that. So they'll always have the option to pay C.J. Stroud.
Right.
They drafted him.
Right. Yeah, because the only reason that I would imagine that they don't go out and buy a star player is because they would save to pay him, because I would want to invest in that kid forever, bro.
Yeah, but that won't be answered.
But that's not an issue that they're facing in this situation.
No, they can go out and get Barkley and really have a pretty potent offense.
Yeah, I think that'd be insane.
And I mean, it'd be cool to see. I just want him out the Giants, man. I want him out the Giants, and I want him somewhere that he can compete.
Talking about
Let him win a chip, whether it's in New York or not.
Talking about a
Sure.
player I want to see win a chip. At number 2, we got Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
That's, to me, he's the most exciting player on this list, without a doubt.
I disagree.
I think he's the most exciting player on this list.
How old is Derrick Henry right now?
Old.
He's not that old.
30.
Okay.
There it is. That's right around the ages.
So it's now or never for this guy, kind of. He
He's
has to find a home. If he doesn't win there, it's wraps.
So where's he going?
That'd be a shame. If they're gonna start juggling running backs, let's say just for the hell of it, nobody goes to where they're already a free agent from. So Gus Edwards doesn't go to the Ravens. Zach Moss doesn't go to the Colts.
I don't think he goes back to the Titans. I don't.
No. That's
chance.
not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm
Yeah.
saying. If everybody were to switch, meaning that none of those teams have the running backs they started with, Ravens.
I like that.
I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking Derrick Henry to the Ravens.
I like that.
But do you want to take a running back that's going to take away a lot of running time from Lamar?
Yes,
You do want that?
you do.
But then he didn't.
You
run.
want-
He didn't run, and then they lost the playoffs.
But you know what? The runs that Derek's
No.
going to be making aren't the runs that
You want
you want Lamar in anyway.
Lamar's like their option runs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, I don't have this option, run. You know what I mean? So like they're designed,
okay, that's
but they're
interesting.
not designed in a way. So
RPOs.
exactly. So with that being said, you have a guy like Derrick Henry
Right.
who is Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins all, you know what I mean, in one thing.
Yeah, he's a freak of nature, that guy.
And now, just imagine that backfield. Imagine that option. Like, who we got to guard? Because if he decides to hold on to the ball, like, what are we doing? Because you have to gang tank. Like, that would be. Oof.
I think that you can't take your energy away from Lamar. So if you're gonna be on that team with Lamar Jackson, he's gonna be in the open running lane.
And you can't take that energy from Derrick Henry either.
That's
Derrick
what I'm
Henry,
saying.
Derrick Henry
So-
can catch out that backfield too.
So that's what I'm saying. If they
Yeah.
were both in that backfield,
Yeah.
that they're gonna succeed.
if
can.
they stick to that, and then that,
If.
I think getting a Derrick Henry might cover up them not having very good receivers too.
Yeah.
With such a running game like that, you understand what I'm saying? Because like
I still
again,
think they need to go after a receiver.
yeah, but
Somebody.
if they get a Derrick Henry, they can get, I don't want to say a lower end receiver, but you know what I'm saying? Like they may not have to get somebody so. You know,
Would the league,
if that makes sense.
Would the league be on alert if they signed Derrick Henry, right? Would the league be on alert that everybody has Baltimore figured out and they're a run-heavy team?
Oh, because I'm a run heavy. You still have to be able to stop me.
No, I mean I agree.
Everybody
But
knew they were a run heavy team.
Everybody thought they were a running-heavy team, and then they drafted Zay Flowers, supposed to be a lot of promise, and then Odell. Oh my God, just the name Odell rings bells in the NFL. So, do you then look at no advancements in the wide receiver room, and then the signing of a huge running back, and you say, okay, I know exactly how I'm gonna line up against Baltimore?
Do you though?
That's what I'm asking you,
Because Zay Flowers is still there, so he can still take up the top off.
right?
And then Lamar is Lamar.
I mean,
And now I'm Lamar, and now I don't know, like set a street. I don't.
it's tough.
I understand what you're saying,
It's tough.
but because it's like the argument is if the offense is one dimensional, whatever the case may be, right? But Lamar is so not one dimensional
Right.
that it's like, and that running game got him there. Everybody knew they were gonna run the ball. Everybody knew that was their thing. They got him there.
Right.
They lost because they went away from it, not because anybody stopped it.
So that's a good way to put it. I like how you said that.
They went away from it. We all saw they went away from it. The numbers say they went away from it because they dropped back 82% of the time. It's a real stat.
It's true.
Those are real numbers. So again, everybody knew they were going to run the ball. And they had been doing it all year.
And if Derrick Henry was there, I don't know, man.
So
Another team, just to throw it out there, I thought it would be interesting. Dallas.
Before you even said it, I was like, it's either the Ravens or Dallas for me.
Yeah.
And I think Dallas makes more sense.
Tell me why.
Dallas would be a great fit.
I think Derrick Henry, wherever he goes, he's probably going to be on a 1-year deal. You know? So I'm thinking of a team that's in a spot to win a playoff or championship right now where they don't have as big of a window. All right?
Right.
Dallas has been trying for a while now.
Dallas is always trying.
Yeah. But I don't see them going out and grabbing a running back for a multi-year deal. I don't see that happening. So that's why I think Derrick Henry's a good fit. Where Baltimore, I feel like, is more likely maybe to try for a Saquon or try for a Josh Jacobs.
Yep.
Right?
I like it. I like what you're saying.
Trying to get somebody where they can have, let me have this guy for 2-3 years while we still have Lamar Jackson, while we still have Mark Andrews,
Right.
while we still have Zay Flowers. Keep that core locked up for 3 years and give yourself a window to win a championship.
So wherever he signs, you assume that they're gonna go for the chip.
Yeah.
I like it. I love it. Now, we got one more player on this list, and honestly, if I'm being real with myself as well as anyone who's listening, I'm not that crazy about this guy.
Really?
Josh Jacobs at number 1 on this list.
Yeah.
I'm not that crazy about Josh Jacobs.
I'm not either.
That's not to say that he's a bad player. He's a great player, but he's in one of those situations very similar to Saquon Barkley, where because of the lack thereof on their offensive line,
Mm-hmm.
you get a lot of people that suffer injuries. Perfect example, their quarterback as well. They had to deal with O'Connell for the latter half of the season. And what does that tell you? That tells you that they're kind of not in a position to help a running back succeed.
Yeah.
There's a lot, like you said, they're not a team that's ready to win right now.
The Raiders?
The Raiders.
No.
And that doesn't mean they're not going to make moves. I mean, there's been a lot of speculation about is Russell Wilson going to be a Raider? Is Devontae Adams going to team up with Aaron Rodgers back in New York? They say Devontae Adams wants out of there. If Devontae Adams, and this is something else you also got to factor with free agent running backs, is if someone else goes, that makes my chance of winning a chip even smaller. That's like, I don't know if you guys have ever had this feeling yourself. Have you ever started working somewhere and you make a really cool group of friends at work and then people start quitting one by one, and then you're sitting there and you're like,
this isn't the
I
same.
gotta get out of here.
It's not the same.
Yeah.
All the whack employees are here now. I don't like to talk to any of you guys on my lunch.
I got to go.
I gotta go. If Devontae Adams leaves the Raiders, I think Josh Jacobs has gotta go. Straight up. That's what I gotta say about that. A team I could see him on?
I think it's the same teams that we've talked about. The Texans,
Yeah.
the Chargers, and the Ravens.
I couldn't see him on the Texans.
They're one of the landing spots on the list right
I
here.
think he's an explosive, shifty player, similar to how we were talking about.
How different is he from Saquon?
No, well, Saquon is a stronger athlete. You don't think so? Yo, Saquon's quads
Yeah.
look like a duffel bag of mine that I have,
But-
and it's filled
but
to the brim.
I feel like they play a very similar game.
It's a similar game, but when it comes down to it, I'll put it to you like this: I'd rather get stiff-armed by Josh Jacobs.
Oh, yeah. I agree.
It's a different build of a player. It's a faster player. Put it to you like that. That's not to say that Saquon's not fast. Saquon's fast. But that's me telling you that I think Josh Jacobs' gameplay and why he excels has more to do with his speed than Saquon.
Chargers?
I could see it, yeah. Not as much. I think
Eagles?
I could see
Yeah.
Eagles more.
Yeah.
That's more of a DeAndre Swift type of game. Something a little faster. Something like, maybe like a run right down the line. An end zone scorer. And that's not to say that Josh Jacobs can't run. He can. If I'm being honest with you,
Maybe he stays.
I'm gonna hit you with a wild one. Chicago.
Chicago needs a running back.
Chicago needs a running back. They have a great quarterback.
We haven't talked about them this whole time. They need a running back.
No. A great quarterback, whether it be the one that's here now or the one that may be there in 2 months from now. If we're talking about Caleb Williams,
I don't think they go for a Josh Jacobs.
they should.
I don't think so. I don't think they're ready to contend to a point where they're ready for a Josh Jacobs. They still have a big question mark at QB, whether they're keeping Fields or going for Caleb Williams. They don't know. I'm sure themselves, in a way, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And they also don't know how each one is going to perform next year. They also are missing a secondary receiver. You're also missing Cole Kmet's all right.
Let me ask you this. I don't mean to cut you off.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. If you don't have a confident second receiver, why not get a good pass catcher?
I see that, but I feel like their team is lacking in so many areas still that this isn't. Josh Jacobs to me feels like this is our final piece that we need. So saying that, I feel like he goes to a team that's ready to win and contend. So I'm gonna say the Chargers.
All right. So keep it all in the similar, like,
Yeah.
we know who needs what, right?
Because I feel like the Chargers miss out on Saquon, so they're gonna go for a Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. And
Do you have anybody in mind or no?
well, I told you
You're right.
Chicago.
Okay,
I think Chicago.
We'll see. Hopefully, good for Chicago.
Yeah, hopefully, man. Is there anybody off this list that you feel like should be on the list?
There's a couple names off this list. Antonio Gibson from the Commanders. Rashad Penny.
He's a free agent?
He's a free agent.
Oh, I think he definitely should be on this list.
He's good.
Maybe more so than A.J. Dillon off the top of my head.
Great backup. Maybe see him on the Jets. I think that's a really good
I
option
would
for you guys.
I would love Antonio Gibson.
I think that'd be a great option. Rashad Penny from the Eagles. Cordero Patterson from the Falcons. Zeke Elliott, as we've mentioned, from the Patriots. Devin Singletary from the Texans. So the Texans really are looking for a running back right now. And if you're looking for a running back, why not go for a big one like Saquon?
Yeah.
Just putting that out there. Clyde Edwards-Helaire of the Chiefs. He just got a ring. Jarrett McKinnon also just got a ring on the Chiefs. So the Chiefs are losing 2 backup running backs.
I want to say some free agents of my own that I noticed that I feel like maybe deserve a little bit of a conversation. We don't have to get into them, but
Deontay Foreman of the
Deontay
Bears.
Foreman. You got Matt Breida.
Mm-hmm.
You got Kareem Hunt.
Yeah.
On Kareem Hunt?
Yeah, I think he's done.
Let's see if I can hit you with one more. Let's see.
I don't know.
Oh, I mean, he's a Jet. That's why I'm. Oh, well, I mean, Josh Kelly, the backup forward.
Yeah, I don't think there's much to talk about anymore.
Nah, that's really it, man.
Yeah. Look, the Chiefs. You're losing 2 of your backup running backs. You obviously still have Pacheco, who's amazing, I feel like. I think you need to go out and get a backup, right?
Cordell. Oh, I'm sorry.
I said Cordell.
No, I know. But I always get Cortland Sutton and Cordell Patterson confused. So that's what I was confused about before. Remember I said Cortland Sutton and I thought it was a running back?
Yeah.
That's what it was. But yeah, no, it's a pretty big drop after that one, to be honest with you.
Now, the Chiefs just won their Super Bowl.
Right.
Again.
Right.
I've said this before. I feel like this should be the weakest offense that Mahomes has.
Right.
Having just have Rashee Rice as the best running back on that team, or receiver on that team. I feel like they need to go out and get a better receiver. Now, do you go out and get another running back, or do you try to keep one of these, maybe even both of them if they can afford it, and bring them back?
I think a free agent running back, I mean, I wouldn't sign both of them. Let's add one of them.
Helaire? Or McKinnon?
That's rough.
Whenever Pacheco has gotten hurt, they've turned to Helaire.
Yeah, well, Helaire was the guy before Pacheco got there.
Yeah.
And he was doing well in his first couple of years. Oh, wow, that's definitely an ad. What is going
Get in and
on?
get away. There's some great deals going on over there.
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about what deals were going on over there. But I don't know why laptops feel the need to just, when you're in dead silent, play an ad at 100 volume.
Yeah.
But on that note, I feel like one of them, not both of them. I'd rather Helaire.
I agree.
I could see McKinnon going somewhere else. I could see him also being a potential backup to one of these teams that already maybe might have it figured out.
Yeah.
Maybe a 49er.
I don't hate that.
know,
Look
I
at
don't-
you
Look at
with the hottest takes.
But you know what I hate even less? Hilaire on the 49ers.
No.
Because guess what? If McCaffrey, God forbid, falls down, I think I'd rather have Hilaire.
Hilaire's like a multi-tool kind of guy too.
Yeah.
He is. I always liked Hilaire as a player.
Man. Yeah.
But that's why I think if I'm Kansas City,
Yeah.
I'm holding him.
But if the,
Yeah.
And I'm
if they don't want to pay him maybe as much as another team, the 49ers aren't a bad option. Well, look.
The first place I thought of for McKinnon was Jacksonville, if I'm being honest with you now.
Yeah.
Jacksonville, bro. Put it
Jacksonville
behind-
needs to figure it out.
If Etienne gets hurt,
A-Chan. No, that's a different guy.
that's a different guy.
No, I know.
Etienne.
Miami's got a
Etienne.
good back.
Oh, you know what Etienne always
Yeah.
makes me think of? Like Entenmann's,
Yeah.
like the bakery sweets.
Yeah,
and stuff
I'm
like that.
starving right now.
Yeah, I'm right after this. I'm buying.
Full
I'm
disclosure,
buying-
everyone. I'm
All
starving.
right, well, speaking of starving, I was hungry for some great basketball during All-Star Weekend.
Speaking about great basketball, just want to say that while we've been recording, I've been watching this Clipper game. Clipper and
This guy, bro.
I got to stay up to date.
I hear
I got to
you.
give the people what they need, right?
This guy. We thought he was paying deep attention to. He's hanging on to every word we're talking about.
Come on now.
Just watch Kawhi shoot a three.
I actually did just watch Kawhi shoot a three at the buzzer of the third quarter going into the fourth.
I'm a Google.
All right, so we're going straight into keeping score.
Nobody has to pause.
Play the music.
All right, let's do it. So
Paused in real life. It was like the Black Beetle challenge.
so we just got out of All-Star Weekend.
We did that. We did.
Mixed thoughts on it. You know who had mixed thoughts on it? Kenny the Jet.
Oh.
He had some mixed thoughts. He said some kind of controversial things. So I'm gonna say it like this: All-Star Weekend, could have been better.
Now I like when people say that, right? Because it could have, but the East scored 211 points.
Yeah, but they scored 211 points because there wasn't a lick of defense out there.
All right, so wait, let's go back to this, David.
Yeah.
Before we recorded, I asked you what you think the best part of the weekend were. Tell me.
All right, so
You named three.
the best part of the weekend for me was the Rising Stars game because I believe that actually had some competition to it. The 3-point contest and the 3-point contest between Steph and Sabrina.
Now I see the problem with that. The two that are missing are the main events
Yeah,
of All-Star
the
Weekend.
dunk contest and the
Correct.
All-Star game.
Absolutely.
That's the problem there.
100% that's the problem there.
Now, I'm going to ask you this, because MLB had a format for their All-Star games for a long time.
Okay. So what happened?
They changed it, actually, but I think the NBA could maybe use their old format.
I already know what format you're talking about.
Now, in the MLB, during the All-Star game, whoever won the game,
Get home field advantage.
they get home field advantage in the World Series. Do you think the NBA should do the same thing to make it
You-
a little more competitive?
You have to give the money is not going to incentivize an all-star
No.
because if you're an all-star,
You're already making it.
you're making it, right? You're probably a max guy in some type of way, right? So with that being said, the only way, and if you also have to assume that if you're an all-star, you're also most likely playing on a team that has championship aspirations.
Right.
So the only real thing that you could do is do something that affects them winning in the future.
Right.
Yep.
It's bigger than you.
Exactly.
It has to be bigger than
Like you said, in the All-Star game, there were only two players. I don't remember who. Only two players on a team that weren't going to see the playoffs. I don't remember which two it was
you. In this game,
in this All-Star game.
Oh,
That means
wow.
every other player, their teams were primed to be in the playoffs and play for a championship.
And this, who you talking about? Trey Young and Scotty Barnes?
I believe, yeah, those were the two.
The Hawks are could very well likely be in the playoffs.
Tyrese Maxey.
Not like play in at least. Like
Bonchero. Paolo Bonchero.
possibly a play in team. They might be, I think they're like the seventh seed.
Just, I don't know, calling people out.
No, I understand what you're saying. But those are probably the guys, if anything. Like
Yeah, but like I'm saying, it's a low. Like most of them, like you said, are playing. They're gonna be in the playoffs.
yeah, but so at the end of the day, you still have Jason Tatum and all. You know what I mean? Like however you want to call. So yeah, something needs to give, because I'm all for the cool stuff and like watching guys do this and that. But after a while, as a basketball fan, right, and knowing the way that basketball is played, this is like the greatest pickup game in the world. Like these guys, think about it. These guys, I've seen these guys play harder at open gym in UCLA. I'm dead serious.
Nah,
Yeah.
I'm dead
They
serious.
be playing like they're gonna make it.
Hoodie Mello.
You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about Russell Westbrook, Amen Thompson, like real NBA players on open gym rec.
Yeah, going crazy.
Going crazy.
Going stupid.
Playing hard. Defense, steals, like going hard.
Sleeves on.
All-Star game, Luka's taking full court shots with 40 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
You know what I miss? I miss like Rucker Park type of stuff.
I don't need like the whole like being super flashy. I just want to see the best. You're never gonna see that. Not everybody gets to the finals. Not everybody gets to the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? There's different conferences.
Because
This
you know
and
what?
that.
The super flashy things don't hit the same when it's not a competitive game.
Exactly.
Yeah, 100%.
Now, if you're Kobe and you're getting double teamed and you split the double team, you throw it off the backboard and you dunk it in the All-Star game, whoa, that's fire.
Yeah, word.
Oh, we playing out here. Not you have nobody's touched you since you've put the ball up and you're just walking up to midcourt, throwing it up there and dunking. Of course you can do that because nobody's in front of you.
Do you think that's just because there's been a change in mentality with players now? Because, back when Kobe was playing, like, he took any competition serious,
Exactly.
as did a lot of players during that era. And they were like, I'm playing in a game and I want to win.
Yep.
Listen,
I'm playing hard.
I think that's what it is. I understand players with this whole, like, because that's what it is. Now everybody's friends and all this stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, so, I don't know. It's just, I think that competitive nature has something to do with it. And I also think that money is these guys' bottom line, right? I don't want to mess up my money. I don't want to get hurt. But when you look at the stats, how many players have gotten hurt at an All-Star game? And we're very few.
Has there ever been like a notable one?
I have a statistic.
I'm gonna look it up. I don't think so though. I certainly can't think of one.
I have a statistic that kind of lines up. I mean, not if all history, but just in line with what you guys are saying. The scoring leaders on both the West and the East. The West being Karl Anthony Towns with 50 points, and on the East being Dame Lillard with 39. Neither of them got fouled once during the All-Star game.
No. Lack of
And
defense.
they lack of defense, lack of competitive nature, lack of that fire. And you know what? Just as a side note, has nothing to do with anything. Bring back when they used to let anybody wear their own jerseys.
Yeah, that was
I did like that a lot.
sorry. The most notable injury I remember was D Wade breaking Kobe's nose.
And he was wearing the mask.
And then Kobe put the mask on, went to the Heat, and gave D Wade like 40. It was like, all right, remember when you broke my nose, bro?
Monster, bro.
But like, so that's not in the league. So it's not like there's a history of guys getting injured. And we're talking, and the All-Star game's been around for a long time now.
Yep.
80s, 90s, early 2000s, when guys was, they're really competing in these All-Star games and nobody was getting hurt. Yeah. So you can compete. You can do that. It's more than that. We get that you're making $40 million. We get that you're doing all that good stuff, but you have fans. We want to see you compete.
Yeah.
And the best part of the most recent All-Star games to me were, I forget which year was, David, where they had to hit a certain score to win. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I do
And
remember that.
the game got exciting when it got close.
Yeah.
And they were like, all right, let's play some defense. We want to win now.
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
that. Just that made it fun.
Yo, you don't gotta give me the whole game. There's 4 quarters.
Yeah.
But the last, I want to say like 4 to 5 minutes of the third and the whole fourth, I want to see some defense.
Word.
Give me that. I want to see some defense because there was a point where the West came back and they were only down. They were down like 20 something, damn near the whole game.
Right.
They end up coming back and they're only down 10. And I'm like, all right, we're about to play, and then that was it. A couple threes from the East, nobody guarded them, and it was a done deal.
Yeah, man, it's kind of rough. So, as someone who doesn't follow basketball as much as you two, so that whole concept that you're talking about how like you had to hit a certain score to win, what I think might be an interesting idea, just off the top of my head, if I'm thinking about it, what if they also did that, right? So first person to score that amount wins, whatever. What if they also did it at the half? So the first team to score a certain amount at halftime, that's it. Then it's halftime. So let's say they set it to like, I don't know, let's say 75 or something like that.
You don't got to do all these rules, all these different things. You don't have to do that.
It should just be one rule. And I think playing for home field in the playoffs or in the finals, I think that's a good one.
That's big time. Because you know what? Because I can tell you right now, maybe not every team or not every player in the All-Star game, but I bet you Jason Tatum might play a little harder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But you know what? But it's
I'm just saying. I bet you Luka might play a little harder.
Jokic might play a little harder.
Jokic might
think
play a little
most
harder.
of them might play a little harder. I think, let's say you're on an Eastern team. I think everybody on your team is playing for the same reason, and they're gonna play equally as hard.
Jalen Brunson might play a little bit harder.
You know what I'm saying?
Get MSG going, get them going a little bit harder.
I'm just saying,
So then you got MSG, like Knicks fans going crazy. Yeah, we wanted it. Like, you know what I mean, bro? Like
when Adam Silver gave the trophy, he was like, he didn't even say like, here's winning the game. He was like if you saw his face, it was like, here, you guys scored the most points. Like,
even he was disappointed in it.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Because Adam Silver is a basketball like purist. He's not like, you know what I mean? He's not one of these commissioners that's out of touch. He loves the game of basketball.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm sure that he probably, because he got a lot of backlash for it anyway, and I'm sure he knew it was coming.
Right.
He's sitting there watching the game like, wow, these guys really are not competing. They're kind of just.
I can't wait to hear about this later.
They're just throwing anything up. So, I mean, whatever. So
there needs to be a change.
Yeah, those were my, you know.
Do you want to talk about the dunk contest a little bit?
No, what is there to talk about?
Also not great.
Jaylen Brown should never, ever, ever be even allowed at a dunk.
Did you see that quote that was like, if they ask you to do it again, would you do it? It's like, yeah, sure. No, I don't want you in there, bro. He sucks.
The best dunker.
That little. I mean, he tried to pay homage to who was that? Like when he tucked his head into his.
Bro, he dabbed after the dunk.
It wasn't a dab, fool.
He was trying to close his
No, I
eyes,
know
but
what you mean,
it
but it
was a
looked
dab.
like a
It was
dab
a
because
dab.
by the time he came
It
down,
looked like he sneezed on the way down.
If you watched when D Brown did it, D Brown took off with covering like that. This guy covered his face. He already dunked it. He looked dead at the rim, dunked it, and then as he was landing, dabbed on him,
Right.
as if D Brown with a stupid white glove on.
Why did Jaylen Brown sound like Squidward?
Yeah,
D Brown. Or like a man from the 1930s. We're gonna rob this bank. See. No.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this dunk. See, yeah, I'm gonna cover my face when I do. Yeah.
What I heard was that the glove thing was about like, oh, whatever.
Yeah, because he has no left hand, but it's still stupid. It looked dumb.
Now, out of curiosity, I want to ask you, from what you can remember, and you can also answer, what's the best dunk contest in history to you?
Zach LaVine, Aaron Gordon.
I think that's
best one I watched live.
Yeah, I agree.
Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady.
That's a good one too, but I'm gonna say that Aaron Gordon and
Zach LaVine was great. That was a great 2016.
That one was good.
We were talking about 2016.
That was a great year for music as well.
And that was coming off 2015, where you also had Zach LaVine win it, and that was also a really good one.
That's the thing. So with the whole Tracy McGrady, Vince Carter, they're both all-stars, so you expect it from both of them to be explosive. I feel like when Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine did it, I don't think anyone...
It was a little more unexpected.
It was unexpected, and it was close. Like, they were both really...
No, it was 50s flying.
Yeah.
They were going crazy.
Another thing I want to bring up, I don't like the scoring of 50 points. That doesn't make sense to me.
Well, what should the scoring be?
1 to 10. Like it used to be in back
Like
then.
everybody throws up like, oh, a 7.
It's a 10.
Yeah, that's what
I think they
when
did
you're
that-
ranking out of 50, I've never seen like
Well,
below
they all
a
get-
45.
No, but a lot of times, because if you're getting below 45, you're probably not going into the second round anyway. But they'll do like, I think it's for them to be able to do like the percentage of like 47.9, as if that really matters or anything.
Nah, it
like
doesn't make
that.
sense to me. Like,
Well,
why do you have a scale of 1 to 50 when you're not using the numbers 1 through 40 ever?
You're not.
Right,
And just do 1 to 10, add up the total, and that's it.
because if you're going to do an average, why don't you do an average from 1 to 10?
Or just add them all up.
But you get what I'm
Total
saying?
number.
Like, why make, like, to make it 50 is like, I feel like they're trying to make it too close to,
I think it just might.
because there's 5 judges, right? So then the goal to make it look like 50 is, okay, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Okay, now you got a 50 because all 5 gave you a 10. That's cool. But if you're going to do an average, why not, okay, let's say I give you a 6, she gave you a 7, a 8, a 7, a 7. And then you get like a 7.3 or whatever. Or,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
I see what you're saying.
that makes
I just
more
think the
sense
50
to
doesn't
me.
make sense to me because I feel like you could see a dunk, and I'm like, that's a 6, that's a 7. But like, what am I gonna say? Oh, that's a 25.
Then I
That's
hear you.
That's why they don't use those numbers.
Yeah, I know.
I've never seen a dunk below 45. This past one, there was one below 46.
I have up-to-date news about basketball.
Let's do it.
Steve Kerr agrees to a 2-year, $35 million contract extension, making him the highest-paid coach in NBA history.
Nice.
So what?
Good for
That's how
him.
you feel?
Yeah,
I like Steve Kerr.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think.
good for
He's
him.
a rival though, Golden State, and they just beat us, so I don't care.
Look, as a rival, obviously I don't like him, but as a member of the NBA community, from the Bulls to the Warriors and all the success he has, I've always had a lot of respect for Steve Kerr.
That's good to know.
And he reminds me of our friend Joey.
Joey is gonna look like him when he gets older. Yeah,
He will.
correct.
He will. So yeah, get rid of the 50. The judges also sucked.
I think the winner deserved it though. I think Mac McClung deserved the to win the dunk
Yeah, but he was
contest.
only one doing something that I was like, oh, that was cool.
Well, needless to say, look, he won last year, and his dunks last year were a little bit better than this year.
And the competition this year was, It was bad.
Yeah, I think that I said we, like I'm the NBA. They should go.
We
back
need to do something about this.
They, I think, like what David was talking about before, they should go back to making it like the All-Stars of the NFL. Wow, I'm stuck. It's not keeping score, I guess. But I think they should make it the stars of the NBA and those who can dunk, the ones that really compete, so that they get more viewers to come in.
Well, I mean, they tried.
They invite them, but they don't want to do it.
Yeah, they tried to do something like that. Vince Carter said that they tried years ago to try to get him, Kobe, LeBron, I think it was like Tracy McGrady, all in one dunk contest. Like they tried to give him like $1 million, and he didn't say, why necessarily it fell through, but you pretty much know why. First of all, Kobe had already been one and won one. You know what I mean? Like LeBron
Right.
has never really seemed interested in doing it. So it's like I don't necessarily need to see stars.
I just need to
But
see
I
creativity.
do, yes, but I do want to see some guys that can dunk for real,
Yeah.
and like Jaylen Brown, to me, is like an in-game dunker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
'Cause
have
he
that.
does dunk a lot.
You have that. You have in-game dunkers, and then you have like dunk contests. So there's some guys that can do both, obviously.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Most guys that can be creative dunking are also in-game dunkers, but then you have some guys who are just really like in-game dunkers.
Yeah.
They don't have it in them to be like behind the legs and doing all this other
Jalen
types
Brown
of
isn't
stuff.
jumping over a mascot and putting the ball under his legs in a seating position.
You know what I'm
Like
saying?
Aaron Gordon was.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's
For real.
just so I don't need to see stars necessarily, but creativity for sure.
Man, like I was watching it and I was like, none of this is creative. And I remember watching the dunk contest where, like Gerald Green, great
Right.
dunker, he put a cupcake on the rim,
Right,
with
blew
a
the-
candle,
blew the candle
jumped,
out.
blew it out, and dunked it. That's just cool.
That is cool.
JaVale McGee.
Dunk 2.
I didn't think I'd care about him in a dunk contest.
Right.
Proved me wrong.
What
Right.
do?
He dunked 3 balls.
Right. At the same time.
What do you mean he dunked 3
He
balls?
dunked 3 balls.
How do you do that?
Well,
did it.
Ask
He,
JaVale.
He had 2 in his hands, jumped up, dunked them, and then caught the third one on an alley-oop, all in the air, and dunked all 3.
You know how nuts that is?
That is pretty insane. But see, stuff like people don't do stuff like that.
But that's
bro.
the problem.
Blake Griffin jumped over a Kia.
And that's the problem, and that's what
That
we're
is
saying,
pretty sick.
and that's what we're saying. It's not necessarily about the stars; it's about creativity.
Yeah.
Because if you could dunk, listen, watching a dunk in any fashion is exciting,
Right.
right? Whether it's somebody showing off or it's in game or whatever. And sometimes those in-game creative dunks is what, you know what I mean? Like, oh, he just twisted his body and boomed on old boy from the side of the rim or whatever. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that, or like. One of the most exciting dunks in game too is when a guy like goes like underneath the basket to the other side and then puts it, like, you know what I mean? Like that's exciting. So
Should they give them trampolines?
no, these guys can jump out. They can jump out the gym. Just give me guys who are creative.
Yeah, I agree.
Expand the make a real list. Make a real, like, all
Wear
right,
a clown suit.
have tryouts if you want. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're the NBA, you could do that. There's some guys that don't whatever, like that they can make the time, especially if there's an incentive guy riding at the end of the bench that could jump out the gym, right? Doesn't make a whole lot of money, $1 million. Hey, you want to sign up? You know what I'm saying? You take your list, just like anything else that they do in the NBA, right? Make a little, or weed it down, whatever the case may be. Now we got 4 of these guys. We've seen them dunk. We've seen them doing some crazy things at this rehearsal.
Like the one dude, I can't remember who it was, jumped up, hit the backboard with the ball, and then dunked it.
Anthony Simons.
Yeah. That's the perfect example.
Right. I mean, Anthony Simons is a little bit more. No, I mean, well, maybe not, because I know basketball, so it's. I'm talking from like I know Anthony Simons, but some people may not. A lot of people probably may not. But that's what I'm saying. But exactly, and unless you watch,
I'm him. That's me.
Unless you watch the Trailblazers, which a lot of you don't, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You wouldn't know that Anthony Simons could jump out the gym.
dunk contest though.
But you wouldn't know that Anthony Simons could jump out the gym.
No.
But he can. You understand what I'm saying? So again, I don't need stars. I just want creativity.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
All right, look, we have
On
one more
that
thing to
note-
talk about. You want to talk a little bit about Anthony Davis
let me tell you something, man.
and where you rank him among men that can play basketball.
Tell me how you feel.
Anthony Davis, when healthy, is top 5.
Top 5 what, David?
Top 5 player. Not center, top 5 player.
That's that a lot of people would call that a hot take.
I would call it a hot.
Call
take.
it the
That's
hottest.
The same way I just said. Oh, a lot of people wouldn't know. I know.
Put it on the stove and let it simmer.
All right, so I'm going to say some names.
Love a good.
I'm going to
simmer.
say some names, and you're going to tell me if they are better or not as good as Anthony Davis.
Go ahead.
Jokic.
He's better.
That's one. Antetokounmpo.
Not better.
Hot take.
Hot take.
Super hot take.
Steph Curry.
Better.
Luka.
Better.
3. Kevin Durant.
It's not fair. Better.
That's not fair.
Joel Embiid.
Wait.
No,
Wait.
you want current.
I'll take Kevin Durant right now. Like
Right this instant.
right this instant. Not better.
Not Kevin Durant. Not better than Anthony Davis.
Not better.
Give it to me. All right. Joel Embiid.
Not better. He's home nursing an injury.
Oh man. Jason Tatum.
Better.
Did you say Doncic?
Yeah. So we're at 4 right now.
Mhm.
Devin Booker.
Not better.
Jimmy Butler.
Not better.
Damian Lillard.
Not better.
Stephen Curry.
We said that already.
Oh my God. Shai Gilgeous.
Relax. I have a list.
I like lists too.
Alexander.
Shea.
Yeah.
Not better. Not
How about the guy on his own team, LeBron James?
better?
That's 5. You've named 5. If you want to go into more, John Morant.
But the problem is that I've named 5, but you've also given me how many people on this list.
Well, you said he's a top 5.
Yeah, but
So he's got to be a top 5.
I don't know why he's not on that top
He is.
5
He
list.
is. You want to know where he is? You want to guess where he is?
Where is he at? I don't want to guess nothing. Where is he at?
He's number 13.
That's ridiculous.
On this,
Let me tell you something about
every
Anthony
player
Davis.
that I told you, they were above him.
Yeah, all right. So I'm sure that a lot of all this stuff comes about stats, right? Which is all great and which is all fine and dandy. It's all cool. When I call somebody, me personally, when I say that somebody is a top 5 player or whatever the case may be, I'm not just going off stat. I'm going off skill set, what they can do on a basketball court, what they bring. And there is not a thing that Anthony Davis cannot do. And there's certainly nothing that Giannis Antetokounmpo can do better than Anthony Davis.
yeah.
I don't care what you say. I would love to see Giannis Antetokounmpo walk into a mid-range jump shot. That's not happening. Clank back of the backboard, back of the rim. You kidding me?
You know, I'll tell you this.
Giannis was the only one of 3 players in NBA history to average 30 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists.
Dominant is great. You're giving me stats, bro. I'm talking about skill wise.
Well,
I mean,
I'm
it's a
talking
stats
about
game.
exactly why I
Nah,
say
but, like,
that's
I
exactly
disagree
why
with
that's
that.
exactly why to me Kobe is the best player in the world because there's nobody I have yet to see as skilled as that man. Sorry. I'm sorry. There's not a thing Anthony Davis can't do. I'm sorry. And then you try to give him the moniker, oh, he's made out of glass. He stayed healthy. He's played in 56 games this year. He's played 52.
And he does all that with one eyebrow.
Connected.
Only one.
Whatever you want to say. I'm just saying, man, if you watch Anthony Davis, the reason that Anthony Davis can go out there and give you 35 a night, he can.
But so can every other player that we named before him.
Let me ask you this.
But how are they doing it?
But let me ask you
Does
this.
it matter how
right?
they're doing it?
So,
To me, it does.
when you say top 5, right?
You
Skill-wise.
have to build teams differently around different type of players.
Yeah.
Giannis has to have a whole bunch of shooters around him because he can't shoot.
I mean, Anthony Davis couldn't do it by
Anthony
himself
Davis,
either.
yeah.
I'm
you're
not saying
still
that. I'm not saying
building-
no,
That's
no.
why he left New Orleans.
Well, no, obviously you can't do it by yourself. I'm just saying you build different different players require you to have a different
The
skill
big
sets
difference to me, though,
around them.
Big difference to me
Anthony
right now.
Davis, as good as he is, the reason that he doesn't have those numbers is because he's not looking to score. Even though he can go out and give you 25 to 30 a night, he rather play defense, let the team score. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But you know why he's not a top 5 to me over Giannis?
why?
Because he's not a number 1. Giannis is a number 1. Giannis wins championships. Anthony Davis doesn't.
Anthony Davis won a
Excuse me?
Anthony Davis isn't number 1.
What do you mean he's not the number 1?
Who's number 1 on the Lakers?
He could be the number 1.
Who's the number 1 on the Lakers?
It's 1A. It's 1A. It's 1A. 1B over there.
That's not a good. I don't know.
I don't. If
LeBron
I think-
can't do
I
it
think-
without
I
LeBron can't
think-
do it without AD, and AD can't do it without
How many
LeBron.
points did you just tell me that AD scored when LeBron wasn't there?
Every time, like 35.
But do you think no LeBron? Just
Last
Anthony
night,
Davis.
last night alone, he had
Anthony
27.
Davis
Hold
win
on,
you
last night
championship?
alone, he had 27 points, 15 rebounds, 3
But you don't
blocks,
wanna talk
and
about
4
stats.
assists. I'm just telling you. Well, that's the only thing that you listen to. I got to give you something.
But I'm saying, but look, that's Giannis does the same thing. He's gonna give me those numbers as well.
But the way Giannis is doing it, if I
Is
was
winning
6,
you a championship.
if I was 6'10",
They both won a championship in the last 5 years, bro. That's not a good argument at all.
It's
But
not.
I'm saying now, right now, if there's one player leading a team to win a championship, I think it's Giannis over Davis.
I'll put it to you like this: if the Lakers lost LeBron for some reason, they still have a chance.
I don't
If
think they have as
Giannis
good as a chance.
Lost one of his shooters, it's a wrap. For
I think you're
Milwaukee.
crazy for saying that. I think you're crazy.
They couldn't do it before that. They were not going to the chip whenever one player was injured. That's why they needed Dame Lillard. They weren't
They
going
didn't.
to the chip.
They
The
didn't
reason
need
they-
Dame
All right,
Lillard.
so they won, right? When they won the chip,
Yeah.
healthy team. The year before that, they were supposed to win, lost Chris Middleton, didn't go.
Listen, the way I'm going to put this, and like I said before, to me, it's all about skill set. What different positions. Giannis, what makes Giannis is because he's so dominant. He's getting to that rim whether you want him to or not. You understand what I'm saying? Anthony Davis's game has a lot more skill to it.
He's way more versatile.
Has a lot more.
Yes.
So that to me makes you a better basketball player. What's your bag? What do you have in that bag? Can you step out? Can you step out to that 3-point line? They let Giannis shoot. Shoot, please.
They do.
Please shoot that 3.
Yeah,
If
but
you
there's
make it,
players-
if you make it, you make it.
They don't let Anthony Davis.
They're not letting Anthony Davis shoot.
How about Shaq? They were letting him shoot.
Well, that's not a good example.
He was a
though.
dominant force in the paint,
He was, but he's a one-trick pony.
just like Giannis. And you're saying Shaq wasn't a top 5 player?
I'm saying AD has more things he can
I understand.
do.
Shaq also played in an era where people were touching him, so he touched them back. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just, again, this is exactly why Kobe is my favorite player, because skill-wise, he was an animal. Just, there wasn't anything that he couldn't do on the court.
Now,
Those are my favorite players. Those will always be my favorite players. Those guys who have multiple. You know who was an underrated skill player? Who could
Sean
do?
Livingston?
No, I was gonna say Vince Carter. Everybody
Was.
knew Vince Carter as a dunker.
He
Vince
could
Carter
shoot,
could.
too.
Vince Carter could hoop.
Yeah.
He had a package, a dribble package. He could get to the rim. He could shoot mid range, 3-point. Kidding me? Love that.
yeah.
That's the type, and that to me is what makes. But a lot of guys get put into boxes because of monikers and stuff like that. But you want to talk about basketball player? Anthony Davis is top 5.
Now, I want to say this, and I think this is the truth. I think that when you're talking about the comparison you're giving between AD and Giannis, I think that if you're talking about which player is more valuable to their team's success, I'm gonna say Giannis,
Yeah.
which is true.
Yes.
But, the reason I wanted to bring that up, because it kind of ties in with the same way we were arguing about, like, the MVP between Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. It's like, yeah, without him, they're probably not going to win. But it's not because he is a better player overall than AD at fully healthy. This is all at fully healthy. Because the reason that, in all reality, Giannis is a better player is because he's been more consistent in his career, injury-wise, up until now. I think that's fair to say.
I think that's fair to say too.
Agree or disagree?
All right.
I had to make it a little
I knew that
suspenseful.
Petey didn't agree with what I was saying, because as I was saying, he couldn't even look me in the face. I looked at him, yes, quite.
Well, on that note,
On that note, what else we got to talk about
I think
today?
that's it.
No MLB today?
We just have pants that look like lingerie going on in the field.
Oh my god!
You can see things you don't want to see.
I just on that note, we like to leave our fans with
Hold
positive
on.
visuals.
I'm sorry. Just a couple games, real quick, for the
Yeah.
listeners, right? Because I want everybody to be up on everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not gonna go over the games tonight, even though it hasn't started yet. It will start in a few. San Antonio and the Lakers.
Today's Friday the 23rd. Also,
Yeah. So sorry.
going on
Yeah.
with this,
Sorry,
yeah.
everybody. Yes. Friday the 23rd. Tonight's game. San Antonio against LA. I think is gonna be a fun game. I think it's cool to see Victor Wembanyama against my boy AD. So let's see how that goes.
I can't wait to see how good he
that's
plays
fun.
today.
Fun game tomorrow, the 24th. Boston, New York at 8:30.
It's always a good time.
I think that's tune in. We're gonna go Sunday, the 25th. Milwaukee and Philly.
Right.
Denver, Golden State. Sacramento and the Clippers.
That's a good one too. Great one.
And then we'll skip off, and then I'll do on the 27th of February. I really like this Dallas and Cleveland matchup, and Philly and Boston. So keep an eye out for those games. Should be some good basketball played. It's the latter half of the season, so these games are gonna ramp up a little bit. You're gonna see teams that, especially teams that are in playoff contention. You're going to see these teams really playing. It's not going to be these blowouts unless it's like a bad team against a good team, because there's nothing you can do about that, because some of these teams are just way ahead of some of these other teams. But these matchups in particular, all these teams are in playoff contention. A lot of them in the same conference, stuff like that. So, yeah, it's going to be fun to watch, man. There's going to be some good basketball played.
And just like you guys, and we hope you guys watch these games too and follow along. We're also going to watch some of these games, and we'll come back to talk to you guys about it next week.
And you're going to watch some baseball tomorrow.
I'm going to watch some baseball tomorrow. What are we watching tomorrow, Pete?
Spring training, so you can pick whichever one you want.
Oh, okay. Well,
nothing serious. Little preseason action.
All right, well, I'll definitely take a gander.
Take a gander. Just watch.
And then I'm going to let the thought simmer.
Watch an inning or two.
On that note,
all right.
As always, thank you guys for listening, and
I'll see you.